man, what's the deal? Hey, look, is they ready for it? Is they ready? Hey, look, man, look, you don't need to go to the NBA. Like, do you man? What's the deal? No time to chill. It's about to get real on Keep It Real Thursdays. Peep. Hey, look, check this out. Don't go to the NBA. Like, don't go to the NBA. You know what's crazy? So, about 2 weeks ago, my boy like, yo, Mike, I need you to come through. I need you to cut the grass. And I'm like, all right, bet. So while I'm there, whole time I'm talking about usually, man, I always share with y'all how insecure I am, right? So I really don't like people watching me, and I feel like as I get older, I'm my maturity is like progressively getting better. And so my man out there just like watching me smile and root me on, my man's. And I'm just like, wow. Like, what if I was that kid that went, man, I ain't go to the NBA? Like, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. So I manicure lawns, and I have a lot of people telling me, well, they could be wrong, Mike. Well, they the customers. I have a lot of people telling me, like, Mike, you're very professional. And I'm like, wow. And it wasn't until I went to my boy house, I feel like I stepped into a whole another lane. I'm in my boy house, and he live in a subdivision. Just got a house built. Shout out to my man. Shout out to my man for coming through on the humbug. So my man like, yo, bro, I need you. So as I'm cutting the grass, I'm realizing he rooting me on. He rooting me on. Don't they do that in the NBA? He paying me. Don't they get paid in the NBA? No, they get paid substantially more. But look what they doing. They running up and down the court all day. You don't even want to run up and down the court all day. You know how to cook cupcakes. Like, you cold with it. Like, you know how to do a lot of stuff, but you focused on what everybody else doing. And you like, Mike, I don't even like basketball. This ain't even about basketball. Metamorphically speaking, I'm basically just saying, don't want to do what everybody else want to do. Everybody want to go to the league. Everybody want to rap. Like, don't do that. Do what it is that you want to do. Do you know that while I was in the backyard, I found a new way to cut? Like, the grass was like overgrown. And so I'm like, wow, man, if you just keep cutting it one way, it's going to spit all the grass to the right. So now it's going to be a plethora of grass just everywhere. Now what I started to do was, I'm back there practicing. I'm like, yo, I ain't gotta go to the NBA to practice. Like, I ain't gotta go to the recreational center to practice. I was back there practicing by myself. I had a blank canvas back there doing my thing. My man wasn't telling me, bro, what you back there doing? I had my headphones in, going crazy. I'm talking about I was back there fooling, getting off the lawnmower, some headphones, and skill that I have. What skill do you have? What skill are you neglecting? Like, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. If you know how to draw and you ain't drawing. If you know how to cook and you ain't cooking. You bet not know how to cook and you talking about you broke. Come on, man. Like, let's stop playing with this, man. Listen, we live in a different world. Like, you really can get on with anything that you do. Like, I'm talking about, I said it. I've been doing a lot of research lately, and the number one thing that I've been hearing people say is, the more you do something, like the more consistent that you are with that thing will take you serious. People will take you serious. Do you know what else is crazy about being consistent? I'm talking about if you do something long enough, and let's just say you faking it, people will believe that you do the thing. Like, oh man, you do that. Man, I need you. Like, don't go to the NBA, man. Stop doing all these things that you think you should be doing. And I need you to do the thing that you want to do. I'm talking about, you like, Mike, like, listen to this. How crazy does this sound? Mike saying not to go to the NBA and you cutting grass. Like, you sound like a fool. Man, listen. I don't know what was happening in that backyard, man, but it was like something came over me as I'm cutting the grass. I'm like, wow, man. Like, low key, I'm actually doing something more than what an NBA player will be doing for the customers. You got somebody that go to a game, they stay 2-3 hours, they get drunk, they got pizza. Man, listen, I got some clients, man, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm just gonna be 100% transparent. I've cut houses that were like abandoned, that people lived at. Just being real. And they cared about the house. Do you think that just because the house wasn't in as good of a shape as it could be, do you think that they don't deserve a cut? Do you know how happy they are once they get that cut? I'm talking about, man, I don't want to go to the NBA. I don't want to do nothing that my heart don't want to do. Like, you can get caught up at doing something that look cute, doing something that seem appealing, doing something that seem like it can make you a lot of money. You can get caught up in doing that thing and your heart ain't in it. Like, I'm talking about, my heart is in this. My heart is in clean and neat lawn care. You feel what I'm saying? My heart is in my voice. Like, this is what I love to do. Like, I need you to find what you love to do. Stop wanting to go to the NBA, man. Like, I'm serious, man. This is serious. You got grown people who've lived their whole life that they not telling nobody about. You better believe it. Maybe your grandma, maybe your mom, maybe your dad. You got people that have lived their whole life and that has never done what they wanted to do. Now they trying to live through their kids. No shade. I'm just speaking the facts. Like, don't go to the NBA or you're gonna end up like you're gonna be that bitter grandma. You're gonna be that bitter granddad or that dad that, hey man, you need to do this, you need to do this. It was in the family. Nah, bro. You need to do what it is that you want to do. Go bake them cakes. Go cut that hair. Go shine them shoes. Don't be ashamed. Like, what you waiting on for somebody else to do it so it can go viral? Now you like, oh, I want to do it too. Nah, man. No, you know what's crazy about cutting grass? Like, I be filthy when I go home and take a shower. I be filthy. My wife be like, yeah, you be getting grass in the shower. And do you know when I'm wiping that off me, man, I be feeling like, wow, I just did my thing. I just did 10 houses by myself on Monday. I'm talking about, it was crazy how it was set up like that. It wasn't even supposed to be like that. But a few people stopped me like, yo, Mike, can you do this? Man, I was in the NBA. Man, I was on the road traveling, man. I was in my own world. So I need you to find what your world is, man, because it feels good when you're in your own world and you're not participating in everyone else's world. So find your world and then pass go and collect your 200. And you know what me and him about to do? Yeah, we about to collect our 200 and pass go.